Hi everyone. Before we go into linguistics, we will delve into how language serves as a means of communication and as a tool for exchanging thoughts, messages, and information. Language is actually a system of symbols, sounds, and gestures used to convey meaning. It enables us to interact with each other, share ideas, and express our thoughts and emotions effectively. Language is an inherent trait that sets humans apart from all other creatures. While animals communicate through sounds and gestures, human language is uniquely complex and creative. Our brains have evolved to process and produce language effortlessly. This natural function allows us to communicate, think, and express ourselves in ways unparalleled in the animal kingdom. It involves the structure of symbols, grammar, and also syntax. This complexity enables us to convey abstract concepts and also share intricate thoughts. No other species can fully acquire certain aspects of human language. While animals exhibit forms of communication, none of them reflect the creativity and complexity inherent in human linguistic systems. Animal communication serves specific functions like signaling for danger or maybe finding food. In contrast, human language is versatile, allowing us to discuss the past, imagine the future, and also convey emotions and abstract ideas. I have a question for you to ponder. The question is sign language a human language? You might want to read the note again, and it will enlighten you with the answer. Language is not chaos. It is governed by rules. These rules dictate how words are formed, how sentences are structured, and how meaning is conveyed. These linguistics rules are a cognitive system embedded in the minds of all human beings. In other words, language is not a random assortment of words, it is a cognitive system within the human mind. This system enables us to generate and interpret an infinite variety of linguistic expressions. It's an inherent part of our mental and also psychological structure. For example, let's take grammar. Grammar is a set of rules within language, provides structure and coherence. It governs aspects like verb tense, sentence order, and word endings. Without grammar, communication would be chaotic and unintelligible. In addition, language is inherently social, shaped by the relationships between individuals and their societies. It reflects the cultural values, history, and social structures of a community. Different dialects and language varieties arise from these social dynamics. The social structure influences the development of dialects or language varieties. Social groups within a society may develop distinct linguistic features. This variation highlights the rich interplay between language and society. Now we are going to explore 4 fundamental questions that provide insight into these complex and essential aspects of human communication. It's important to note that these questions are interconnected. Understanding what language is informs how it works, which in turn sheds light on how we acquire it, and all these aspects collectively define its role in society. I want you to bear in mind that these fundamental questions about language are not just academic curiosities. They have profound implications for education, psychology, anthropology, and linguistics. Additionally, they help us to appreciate the importance of language in our daily lives. Now let's look into the questions. The first question for us to ponder before diving into the topic of linguistics is, what is the nature of the cognitive system which we identify with knowing a language? Secondly, how do we acquire such a system? Thirdly, how is this system used in our production and comprehension of speech? Lastly, how is the language system represented in the brain? To answer these questions, we need to dive into the study of linguistics. Let us look into it. Linguistics is actually the rigorous examination of human language in all its aspects. So why do we study linguistics really? The primary purpose is to gain insights into various aspects of language, including its structure, historical evolution, societal use, and its role in our minds and society. Linguistics dive into the structure of language, including grammar, syntax, phonetics, and semantics. By dissecting these elements, linguists decode how languages function and convey meaning. Did you know that linguists are like language detectives? They uncover the historical development of languages. They trace linguistic evolution, revealing how language change and adapt over time. Language is a social phenomenon, and linguists explore its dynamic role within societies. It investigates how language influences culture, identity, and also social structures. Linguistics dive into the cognitive aspects of language. It examines how our brain processes language, from comprehension to production. Understanding the interplay between language in society and in our minds is a fundamental goal of linguistics. It helps us to comprehend how language shapes our interactions and our thought processes. So let's look into the scope of linguistics. There are two scopes of linguistics. The first one, it's called microlinguistics, and the second one is called macrolinguistics. So micro is smaller, macro is the bigger one. In microlinguistics, we have phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, and also pragmatics. Under macrolinguistics, what do we have? Let's see. Sociolinguistics, psycholinguistics, neurolinguistics, stylistics, discourse analysis, computational linguistics, and also cognitive linguistics. So linguistics theories are frameworks that help us to understand how language works. They provide insights into the human capacity for a language, how we acquire it, and how we use it. Competence refers to our innate knowledge of language. It encompasses the grammatical rules, vocabulary, and syntax that enable us to understand and produce sentences. No discussion of competence is complete without mentioning Noam Chomsky's groundbreaking work on transformational generative grammar. This theory explores the deep structures of language and how they generate surface structures. Language acquisition focuses on how we learn and internalize language. Children acquire language rapidly, but the process is not fully understood, leading to various theories like behaviorism and nativism. Chomsky's universal grammar theory suggests that humans are born with an innate language faculty. The predisposition allows children to learn any languages they are exposed to, following certain universal principles. While performance is the actual use of language in real-world situations, it considers how factors like memory, attention, and cognitive processing affect our ability to produce and comprehend language. Psycholinguistics is one of the fields that delves into the cognitive processes involved in language production and comprehension. It explores how we process speech sounds, words, and sentences in real time. Language processing refers to how we interpret and generate language. It involves decoding spoken or written words, constructing meaning, and formulating responses. Before we end this session, let's recap what we've learned so far. Language, as we know, is a remarkable means of communication, allowing us to exchange thoughts, messages, and also information. Its uniqueness lies in being exclusive to only human beings. Linguistics, on the other hand, is a scientific study dedicated to understanding language's intricate workings. We explore its structure, usage, and how it shapes our society. Now, in linguistics, we have two primary scopes. The first one, micro-linguistics, which delves into the fine details of language like sounds, grammar, and also meaning. And secondly, we have macro-linguistics, which takes a broader perspective examining language in its social, cultural, and historical contexts. So remember, we've covered the essence of language, explored linguistics as a scientific field, and identify its two fundamental scopes, micro-linguistics and macro-linguistics. Well done! Keep up the enthusiasm. Now let's move forward with this captivating exploration of language and linguistics. See you in the next topic.